It's another rematch in the Final Four. The second game of the Final Four pits Ohio State against Kansas. Here to talk with me about it, Ryan Fagan, our college basketball writer. I'm Tom Vandervoort. And obviously, Ryan, Kansas was able to win the matchup against Ohio State earlier in the season, but no Jared Sullinger in that game.
Completely different Ohio State team without Jared Sullinger. I mean, this is a guy who's an All-American. He's the type of player who can carry his team. And for Ohio State to go into Fog Allen Fieldhouse and play as well as they did against the Jayhawks was impressive without Jared Sullinger. It's a completely different team right now.
So talk about the matchup. Obviously a key matchup here. Sullinger against Thomas Robinson. Is that sort of like, how does that stand in your mind? Is it a push or is there an advantage one way or the other?
It's a lot of fun to watch. That's what it's going to be. You know, and we've got two of the best offensive big men, most polished big men down, offensively speaking, because both of these guys are the types of post players that you can just dump the ball down to and let them create because they have enough variety of moves, they have enough power, they have enough smarts to dump the ball out if they're covered and they don't have a good look. So, I mean, we're going to look at these two guys and think, these are guys we're going to see in the NBA for a long, long time.
Now, on the outside, you got Tyshawn Taylor and Aaron Craft. That, too, an interesting matchup.
It really is, and I think if you're a Kansas fan, you're a little bit nervous because you've watched Tyshawn Taylor over the past couple of years.
Craft is tough defensively.
Right. Well, because you've seen Tyshawn's tendencies, and he can get flustered. He can make bad passes. He can take bad shots, and there's nobody in the country that's better at forcing bad shots or forcing turnovers than Aaron Craft. He's the best on-ball perimeter player in the country, and I think that that's something that Ohio State is really going to try to exploit. They're going to try to put Aaron Craft in situations where he can frustrate Tyshawn Taylor, and that's going to be the focus for them.
Now, talk about some of the other players, whether it be Deshaun Thomas or William Buford or Elijah Johnson. Does the game maybe, in a sense, come down to how some of these other players step up in this game?
I think without a doubt. And I think if you're looking at comparing the 2, 3, 4 guys for each team, you're going to give that advantage to the Buckeyes. You know, with Deshaun Thomas and William Buford, these are guys that can go for 25 points on any given night. You know, and then the kind of the X factor for Ohio State is we've seen Lenzel Smith Jr. play very well in some big-time games. And when you've got a number 5 guy, number 5 scoring option, who's not afraid to shoot the ball in clutch moments, that's a good.
And Buford hasn't been playing that well lately in the tournament so far either. So that fills that gap a little bit.
Yeah, and Buford's a guy, though. I mean, if you're going to win a national championship, he's got to be better. You know. Buckeyes fans will look at the last game last year when they got knocked out. He hit, I think, 1 shot, 1 for 15 or something like that.
Yeah.
And people kind of pointed at that, but this is an opportunity for him to kind of redeem himself.
Now, from Kansas side, who is the guy or maybe a couple guys that you see needing to step up for them?
Well, Jeff Withey is a big deal. You know, I mean, this is a 7-footer who when you look at him from his freshman year to where he is right now, it's 2 completely different players. I mean, this Jeff Withey is a defensive presence. You know, we saw against North Carolina State his ability to be a shot blocker that changes the game. He's a good rebounder. He has a better offensive touch than I think people give him credit for. So he's a guy that really could be a difference maker for the Jayhawks.
Okay, so Ryan, you're picking this game. Feels like a terrific matchup here. Who do you like it in the game?
You know, I think Ohio State wins this game. Yep. I just think that they have a little bit more depth. I think they have the knowledge of, because they've seen Kansas when Kansas is full, but Kansas hasn't seen Ohio State when Ohio State's full, and I think that winds up being the difference.
There you go. Ohio State is the pick from Ryan Fagan. I'm Tom Vandervoort. We'll see you next time.